Oh boy, now I'm really gonna be based with this one, huh? I rarely ever do videos like this, mostly because I like to stick to topics or play games from, my library of games or what have you. But I thought maybe it would be more interesting and fun to do different kinds of content like this, basically. And I wouldn't be surprised if this video ends up being my most hated video or some shit, because it's a topic that most people are split on, I feel, chapter-based games. I personally have beef with chapter-based games. They are flawed in various ways. It just so happens that most of these chapter-based games are games that a lot of people enjoy. Bendy the Ink Machine, Poppy's Playtime, Dark Deception. Okay, look, these games, they're not necessarily bad to some extent. It mostly comes down to two things. They're chock full of, shoehorned lore, and they release their chapters in such spaced out chunks. So you're basically just buying an early access game with no replay value, because once you finish the chapter, there's literally nothing left to do but wait anyway. Now before I move on, I'm gonna make one thing very clear. If you're able to pull off making a popular game with baskets of lore and all that shit, then you know what? That's pretty badass. If you actually pulled that off and you're making bank, good for you, man. I'm not upset about that. I'm just upset at the fact that the game sucks dick. That's my only problem. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Money. Lore is something that most games need, to immerse the player into their world, whether it be through verbal or environmental storytelling. However, when a game starts to shoehorn lore for the sake of raking in a younger audience, especially when it starts to get YouTubers to make all these theory videos and on their games and shit, is when I start to feel like all this lore is just there for that sake only, and not to make me feel more engaged with the story. And as they release chapter after chapter, they start throwing in all these side plots and random shifts in the story, just trying to keep players guessing and come up with these theories about this place or the character. I probably wouldn't mind those kinds of things as much if the game was released feature complete, because I wouldn't know if they were just throwing ideas and building the story as development went on. But as I said, when you're doing it while releasing chapters spaced out between months, it feels more obvious that they're just coming up with shit as they go, instead of having a complete story written from the beginning. It's like shooting a movie without a complete script, and they're just writing it as production goes on. It feels pointless. Money. I've always despised the concept of releasing a game incomplete. I just want to launch the game and be able to play through it from start to finish if I want to. It's why I've never considered the concept of releasing a game in chapters. Chapters are basically a way to just receive funding or releasing your game in parts. Don't get me wrong, it's a good way to show the public what you've got and get money in the process. But here's the deal. There's a thing called Kickstarter and demos. Kickstarter is a crowdfunding site to pitch your game into the public and get money through people buying your tiers to receive a digital copy of the game or a physical copy, pins, etc. Then you release a demo on your Steam page to get people to try it for themselves and get hyped. Kinda like Friday Night Funkin' or Unbeatable. Those two games did really well with that concept, releasing a pre-playable build and then a Kickstarter to get the game funded and off the ground without needing a publisher. All chapter-based games do is milk the game for all they've got by releasing it in paid chunks, shoving lore into each chapter to keep people engaged and not piss off to some other feature-complete games, and get theories up and going to keep their community alive. That is all they're good for. It's fucked the game industry, it's brainwashed young gamers into thinking it's okay to release a game incomplete. It's like purchasing un huevo ranchero, and it's getting fucked. You're basically just buying this little package. You're only getting the tortilla. Then you gotta wait months for the eggs and the cheese, the refried beans. Excuse me, waiter. I'm pretty sure I asked for the full package, and the waiter's like, nah, but you can nibble into your meal and then we'll serve you the rest over time to extend your stay. I'd get up and leave. And that is exactly what I did. I never touched Bendy or Poppy's Playtime, and I didn't bother playing through Chapter 4 of Dark Deception personally. I just didn't really enjoy it, because I've realized how fucking shitty these games are. Soon I rediscovered the novelty of playing a finished game, like Evil Tonight, Lost Ruins, and Demon Turf. These games are feature complete. They're made with love and passion. You could tell the devs behind these games wanted to present something great, for the community to enjoy. These are the kind of games y'all should be playing. We shouldn't have to stand for this chapter bullshit. Teach these developers to fuck off with their cash grabs. Start giving our money to indie developers and care more about their product, not the bottom line. Anyway, thanks for watching. This was way different than my usual content, and I've probably stepped on a lot of shoes making this video, but I wanted to do something different this time around. And, yeah. I'm glad I got this over with because I've been wanting to talk about it for a very long time. And thank you for watching, and goodbye.